Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day to everyone. The Honorable Mr. Saharudin, the Honorable Mem Radiatan Mardiah, the Honorable Mr. Hadianto, and the Honorable Mem Nelly Arif. My name is Hannafirsta Mujapasa, and today I will be presenting my thesis proposal on the title Designing Supplementary Grammar Materials for Grad and Students of Man 1 Batanghari by using card. So this is the table of contents of my thesis proposal. There are 3 chapters: Chapter 1 Introduction, Chapter 2 Literature Review, and Chapter 3 Research Methodology. I will start from Chapter 1 Introduction. I will explain about background, research question, research purpose, limitation, product specification, and significance of the research. So this is the background of my research. As we know, learning grammar is very important, as grammar is one of the fundamental features of English. However, despite its importance, grammar is still seen as a difficulty, an obstacle even, by most EFL learners, especially students in Indonesia. According to Al-Mekhlafi in his study in 2011, students fear grammar so much that even the slightest mention of grammar might bring them displeasure or even terror. This shows that grammar is still very much feared by the students or learners of English. This might be caused by their lack of understanding or mastery of the grammar. Also, as we know, in learning grammar, self-learning is very crucial because with the limited time, the teacher cannot cover everything in class. The students might join additional course outside of the school, but this option is often not considered because to join additional course, it might require a certain amount of money. So, if they want to do self-learning, it is better for them to be equipped with supplementary materials. Supplementary materials may come in various forms, such as songs, videos, games, students' worksheet, websites, and many more. In the school where I choose to do my research at, which is Man 1 Batanghari, the graduate students use a textbook entitled Bahasa Inggris. This textbook is distributed by the Ministry of Education and Culture. Out of 15 chapters of this textbook, grammar is part of the language feature in 14 chapters. Grammar is not being taught explicitly, but rather integrated in other skills such as listening, speaking, reading, and writing. However, each chapter is very short, and grammar is only taught at a glimpse. Tias and Savitri in 2019 published an analysis of this textbook and said that this textbook does not give students deeper understanding about grammar, and that if students do not join additional course, they will face difficulties in mastering grammar. They also said that this textbook does not teach grammar in systematic orders, and that there is a lack of authentic materials with various contexts in the textbook. Also, in this school, they also use LKS or Students' Worksheet, which consists of exercises to support the textbook. The exercises are mainly given as homeworks. The worksheet uses inductive approach in teaching the grammar. However, there are many incorrect usage of grammar found in the exercises in this student's worksheet. In inductive approach, the learners are supposed to figure the grammar rules out by themselves by observing the examples that are presented to them. If the presented examples are incorrect, it will possibly affect the learner's grammar knowledge negatively. Since there is already a lack of grammar materials in the textbook, and that there are many obvious grammar errors in the student's worksheet, I, as the researcher, see the need to design supplementary grammar materials for the grad and students of Man 1 Batanghari. Also, grade 10 students are part of digital natives who grew along with the expansion of the internet and technology. For that reason, to integrate technology into students' grammar learning, the supplementary materials will be designed by using a website builder called CART. Next is research question. The question of this research is, how is the process of designing supplementary grammar materials for grade 10 students of MAN 1 Batanghari by using CART? And the research purpose is to describe the process of designing supplementary grammar materials by using CART for the grade 10 students of MAN 1 Batanghari. The limitation of the research. This research will be focused on designing supplementary grammar materials in the form of website created with CART for the grade 10 students of MAN 1 Batanghari. The product will be developed with AD model, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation by Molenda and Rezer in 2003. The grammar focus for the materials will be based in the textbook Bahasa Inggris. Product specification. The expected specification of this product are as follows. The product is in the form of website which will contain supplementary grammar materials. In order to use the product, internet connection and electronic devices such as mobile phone, laptop, and computer will be needed. The supplementary grammar materials will consist of explanation and exercises about grammar. The grammar focus will be based on the textbook used by the grade 10 students. The product is expected to be able to be used by the students to do self-learning outside of the classroom and further their understanding about grammar. Research significance. This product is expected to help the students for their grammar learning outside of the classroom. This research can also be used as a reference for other researchers who wish to conduct a study with similar topic. Next is Chapter 2, Literature Review. So in this chapter, I will briefly explain about the review of literature in this thesis proposal, which are language learning theories, grammar, supplementary material, online website as media for language learning. First is language learning theories. So in this part, I will include 3 language learning theories, which are behaviorism, structuralism, and constructivism. About behaviorism, this theory argues that language is learned by imitation. It means children learn language by listening to and repeating what the adults say. While structuralism, according to Dai and Chen in 2007, is that all elements in language are interconnected and continuous, which means that they do not have the same meaning when separated. It means all elements in the language have to work together to form a meaning. If separated, they won't have the same meaning. Next is constructivism. According to Daniel and David, in 2008, constructivism is a philosophy of knowledge that emphasizes that our knowledge is a construction from the learners themselves. It means learners build their own knowledge by their own experience and what they witness around them. Next is about grammar. So in this part, what will be explained is definition of grammar, the role of grammar knowledge in EFL learning, approaches in teaching grammar, the application of technology in teaching grammar. Next is supplementary materials. According to McGrath in 2002, supplementary materials are taken from other sources outside of the textbook for learning purposes. In addition, Laila Ningrum and Rahmayanti in 2013 states that supplementary materials refer to materials that support the main course book which is used in classroom. Next is online websites as media for language learning. So in this part, there are 2 parts, learning online models and related or previous studies. First is learning online models. According to Jones in 2000, As cited in Muti in 2002, there are three models of online learning sites that are categorized into distributive, tutorial, and cooperative. And second, related or previous studies. So, first is a thesis entitled Designing Supplementary Reading Materials for Mid-Beginner Students Using Zoology by Daniel Adi Widyatama in 2016. Next is a paper entitled The Effect of Using Blogs to Enhance the Writing Skill of English Language Learners at a Saudi University by Al-Subaye and Madini. Next is thesis entitled Edmodo, Mediated English Speaking Materials for Nursing Students Novice Level by Matius Hebi Anjarmoko in 2017. So, all these studies have similarity with my research, which is they design supplementary materials and they use technology to design online learning media. Next is chapter 3, research methodology. So in this part, I will explain about the research design, the side of the research, the participants, data collection instrument, and data analysis technique. So first is research design. This research is a developmental research. According to Seals and Ritchie in 1994, as cited in Ritchie in 2005, developmental research is defined as the systematic study of designing, developing, and evaluating instructional programs, processes, and products that must meet the criteria of internal consistency and effectiveness. For the product that I want to develop or design, I will use AD method as a framework to develop it. According to Endang Multianingsi in 2012, she describes the design stages of AD as follows. First, A. Analysis. Need analysis to determine problems and direct solution and determine student competence. D. Design. Determine the learning approach, composing the frameworks of the website. D. Development. Developing the website based on the chosen learning approach. I. Implementation. Trying out websites that have been developed for students and distributing response questionnaires. E. Evaluations. Performing analysis and correction of errors that happen during implementation. So, for the analysis stage, there are three analyses that I will do. First is need analysis. In this step, I will use a questionnaire in order to see the students' need, lack, and wants. The questionnaire will be adapted from a thesis by Andre Noviandi in 2020, entitled Developing Motion Graphic Video Prototype as Supplementary Grammar Learning Media in English Education Study Program, Jambi University. So this is the framework of the questionnaire. There are a total of 36 items. The specifications are learners' experiences, proficiency, difficulties, and learning style, media design, and content. Next is curriculum analysis. So in this part, I will analyze the curriculum to find out which curriculum is used in the school, the core competencies and basic competencies. This is done by analyzing the syllabus of the English subject for the grade 10 students. The result of curriculum analysis will be considered in determining the method and approach used in designing the grammar materials. Next is students' character analysis. This analysis will be conducted to see the attitudes of students towards English learning. So I will see the attitudes of grade 10 students in Man 1 Batanghari toward their English learning. For example, whether they like or dislike the lesson, whether they are motivated or unmotivated, and etc. This is done in order to make the development that will be carried out to be in accordance with the characters of the students. The analysis will be carried out by interviewing 10 students and English teachers who are directly involved in teaching grade 10 students. The interview questions are adapted from a journal article entitled Exploring Students' Attitudes Towards Learning English as a Foreign Language by Makhlouf Abdelkader and Dris Mohamed Amin in 2017, which consists of 8 questions, 4 questions for the teachers and 4 for the students. Now the design stage. So in this stage, the website and the grammar materials will be designed according to the result of the analysis of students' needs, curriculum analysis, and students' character analysis. I will also choose necessary softwares that will be used to design the website and the supplementary grammar materials. Next is development. So there are 2 parts of the development stage that will be carried out by the researcher. So first part is production. In this part, the website will include supplementary grammar materials. Design, which means I will design the website as attractive as possible, and the content. Next is software to use. First, I will use Cart. Cart is a website builder which I will use to design the website, and Google Form. Google, which means Google Form. This is used to make quizzes, and SoundCloud. SoundCloud will be used to put background music in the website. Next is validation. Validation is carried out by experts, which are media expert and material expert. The validation sheets are adapted from a thesis by Andre Noviandi in 2020, entitled Developing Motion Graphic Video Prototype as Supplementary Grammar Learning Media in English Education Study Program, Jambi University. The material evaluation or validation consists of 15 items, while the media evaluation and validation sheet consists of 7 items. Next is implementation stage. Implementation is limited to the school chosen as the research site. I will distribute the link of the website containing the grammar materials that has been designed as supplementary material for the grammar learning to 10 random students. The students will be asked to use the website by going through the grammar materials provided and do some quizzes. After that, the researcher will interview the students with questions related to the grammar learning website. There are 11 interview questions adapted from thesis by Andre Noviandi entitled Developing Motion Graphic Video Prototype as Supplementary Grammar Learning Media in English Education Study Program, Jambi University. The last stage is evaluation. At this stage, I will make the final revision of the grammar material website developed based on the input that is obtained from the students' interview and suggestions from the validators. Next is the site of the research. This research will be conducted in MAN 1 Batanghari, which is located in Jalan Teratai, Muara Bulian, Batanghari, Jambi. The reasons to choose this school are the students' worksheet, which contains exercises to support textbook, still has many grammar errors. There is a very little explanation about grammar in the textbook, in the main textbook Bahasa Inggris. There is an openness from the teachers to the research. Participants of the research. The participants of this research are grade 10 students of MAN 1 Batanghari who are enrolled in 2020 academic year. There are 4 classes in total, which are 10 MIA 1, 10 MIA 2, 10 ES 1, and 10 ES 2. Data collection instrument. So, the instruments that I will use to collect the data are questionnaire and document analysis. I will distribute 2 questionnaires, which are analysis questionnaires and validation sheets. Then, for the document analysis, I will analyze English syllabus in the school and English textbook that is used by grade 10 students of MAN 1 Batanghari. They use a textbook from the Ministry of Education and Culture entitled Bahasa Inggris. For the data analysis technique, I use quantitative and qualitative technique. So for the quantitative, this method will be used to analyze the result of questionnaire that will be distributed to the students. It will also be used on the validation sheet for the experts. While for the qualitative method, it will be used to analyze the English syllabus, English textbook, interview students for the students' character analysis, and the interview questions for the student after the implementation stage. So that's all about my thesis proposal. I hope my explanation are understandable enough. Thank you so much for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.